In William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the male protagonist Romeo is portrayed as an extremely impulsive character. Romeo's impulsiveness translates into foolish boldness and bravery that he uses to woo Juliet. When Juliet tells Romeo to deny his father and himself, he replies, "I take thee at word, call me but love and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I will never be Romeo." An immature desire for Juliet has led him to impulsively reject his family and even give up his own identity. Juliet fears that Romeo will be killed if he is found by her family and asks him to leave. Romeo responds by saying, "Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their sword." It is ridiculous that Romeo would die for a girl he met only moments ago. Romeo impulsively uses sweet and bold words to win Juliet's heart, but he is simply being irrational. Juliet questions Romeo's supposed love for her, so as to confirmation, Romeo says, "By yonder blessed moon I vow." However, this statement is ironic. The moon shows a different face every night, which is the opposite of a trustworthy lover. Romeo is impulsively paying lip service to Juliet without knowing the meaning behind his words. Romeo allows his impulsiveness to get the best of him when he recklessly kills Tybalt. After Tybalt kills Mercutio, Romeo kills Tybalt, saying, "Fire-eyed fury, be my conduct now." Romeo unleashes his rage upon Tybalt, but fails to recognize the consequences that lay ahead of him. Only after he's committed the crime does he realize his mistake, saying, "Oh, I am fortune's fool." Romeo has permanently tarnished his marriage to Juliet and relation with his family, as Prince Aeschylus will not banish him. If Romeo had self-control, Tybalt would have been punished for his murder of Mercutio instead. Romeo could not have been more right about him being an impulsive and reckless fool. Romeo's suicide affirms that impulsiveness is a flaw he cannot overcome. The nurse tells Romeo that Juliet has been mourning his banishment, and he tries to kill himself, saying, "In what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me, that I may sack this hateful mansion." Romeo is overwhelmed with guilt for ruining his marriage with Juliet and impulsively decides to commit suicide in order to escape his misery. Friar Lawrence stops Romeo, demanding him to hold thy desperate hand. "Wilt thou slay thyself, and slay thy lady that in thy life lives?" By killing himself, Romeo would also be killing Juliet, who is dependent on him to be her husband. Romeo's impulsiveness blinds him from seeing beyond present circumstances, which leads him to make terminal decisions. Balthasar fears Romeo's safety and begs him to have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure. Even with warning, Romeo fails to recognize his dangerously impulsive nature and falls victim one last time with his suicide. Simply put, his chronic impulsivity is a chain that shackles their love in a pit of tragedy. The downfall of Romeo and Juliet's love was mainly because of Romeo's impulsive character. If he had controlled himself during critical situations, Romeo and Juliet could have ended as a comedy.